This is Mario here. I hope you're having a great day. Get out, go outside, enjoy your life, and have fun. In this video, I'm going to be telling you a cool ghost story. Yeah! Everybody likes a cool ghost story, right? Well, this ghost story kind of takes place in the 90s, Chicago. So back then in the 90s, I was in this metal band called Warpath, and I was what the hell was I don't know, 18, 19 years old. And I went to this concert, and we signed up for. We got to know someone that schedules all the bands for gigs and stuff, and we had a manager at the time that hooked us up with a lot of gigs. And there was this one gig that we signed up for, and we were really happy. It was there was this gig that we got at this place called the Congress Theater, and that's over in Logan Square area where I actually grew up, so it fit very nicely. Now, here we are. We're a brand new metal band. We're just a bunch of kids bullshitting, and we didn't know what the hell to expect. We wrote a bunch of songs, and we lived in the suburbs, and we got hooked up with this gig. Now, this gig was with Slipknot and Mudvayne and Dope, and there was Disturbed was there, I think, too. And it was like a weekend event at the Congress Theater in Chicago. And so there was a bunch of bands, and we got picked to open up for these bands. Now, it was trippy. Like, wow, we get to play with all these great bands, and I never seen anything like it. There's so many people. Here I am, 19 years old. Not even legal to drink. I mean, the rest of us were like, "Oh shit, we're blown away." So, basically, there was a rehearsal. We were scheduled for the Saturday show. Rehearsal was Friday, and you'd have to go to the rehearsal and find out all the information about the Saturday show. So we drove over there on a Friday, and there was a big band meeting. Boom, boom, boom. And this theater is old school. Like it looked like a cathedral. When you go inside, it's like a massive cathedral. And there are several arches, and the walls are stone, and the theater itself was renovated, but not the main halls and stuff like that. So it had several. It was like walking into a medieval castle, kind of a cathedral. On the inside, on the outside, it looked like a regular theater, but inside, that's what you got. And yeah. So me and my drummer, my singer, and we all went into this concert hall, and we're supposed to find out the time. So we went in there, we'll find out what time we're gonna play, and meet up with everyone and talk to the sound people, talk to the light people, load up all of our gear. We brought all our gear over there, and we loaded up everything. We got done with that, and then my drummer found this door, and it was like a big giant door. I mean, like 10 foot tall wooden door, and you would open it like two giant doors, and with the arch on top, and you'd pull it open. Well, this door was sealed. There was like like, you know how they put the old 2x4s on top, on the front of the door to seal the door? Well, he lifted the 2x4 up because he wanted to find out what was behind that door. And what the hell, why not? There was no reason for us to doubt him, so forget it. So he opened the door, lift the thing up, open the door. Big giant door. And it was nothing but darkness and stairs. So he'd go up the stairs, and we'd follow him. There's a couple of us that would follow him. Some other bands join us. And we would go up these stairs in complete darkness. Round and round, maybe 7 flights of stairs, all the way up in a circle. So you'd go in a circle, kind of, when you're climbing these stairs. And there was a ton of them. There was a ton of stairs. Like it took us a while to get way up there. Well, about 30 minutes about climbing in stairs in complete darkness. My drummer was ahead of us. It was me and my buddy Dave. And all of a sudden, we started hearing like these weird noises, like cling, 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 cling. And then I was like, what the hell was that? That was weird. And you're still climbing these stairs anyway. And all of a sudden, about 5 minutes into climbing, I'm like, what the hell? I'm touching the wall. And the stone started to get like real sticky, wet and sticky. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I put it up to my face so I could see it, and it was like some kind of residue. Weird. But the thing is, the residue started to get cold, so it was like cracky. So we kept going up there, and then hearing these crazy, weird noises. I swear to God. And then a little while later, my buddy Jeff went up there. He started fucking like freaking out, like he heard some shit, and he said that something pushed him, and it basically knocked him over, and he took a tumble down a couple of stairs, and he got up, and he felt like there was this big giant breeze that hit him, and he started running down the stairs, and he passed me. He's like, you gotta get the fuck out of here, man, there's something up there. I'm like, what? It's like some kind of ghost. And I'm like, what? And then I started hearing this really loud bang, 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 bang. And you gotta realize, folks, it was total darkness, so we didn't know what the hell was up there. And of course, well, let's get the hell out of here, man. I bolted downstairs, and it started getting warmer when we were going down, because when we were rising, it was starting to get real cold. I'll tell you about this stuff on the wall. It started getting real cold, and it was weird because it was summer. So it was real cold all the way up there, and it got colder and colder. And I started seeing my breath. I could see my breath, some shit. But as we went down, it started getting warmer again. And I just thought that was the weirdest shit. And all these noises going on and shit, and him running, well, yeah. And he's never afraid of anything. And he's like, look, I got my fucking hairs on my hands are standing. You gotta get the fuck out of here. There's something up there. And basically, we ran down, and the people and the management were like, where were you guys? And like, well, we went up the door. They're like, and they looked at us like, oh, they didn't want us to go through this door, so they made us suffer. And they put us at a noon slot for the concert. So we had to play at noon for this concert. What the hell? It's alright, fine, whatever. It's terrible, but we played the concert, and it was awesome. But my drummer's fucking in the car. He's telling me like, there was some weird shit, man. Something pushed me into the fucking wall, and I fell. I've never seen that before. So I was like, maybe this place is haunted, man. Maybe we got convinced that it was fucking haunted, okay? And then, okay, so we played the concert the next day. So about 6 months later, there was this show on cable, and I think it was called Ghost Hunters, something like that. My friend had this show because he had cable, and he was watching this stuff, and he told us, he says, listen, I was watching Ghost Hunters, and they did this episode on this place in Chicago called the Congress Theater. Well, it turns out to be the same Congress Theater that we played and the concert at. So, man, that was wild. And he actually recorded this show, so I watched some of it, and it turns out the Congress Theater is actually haunted, and I guess it was some kind of it used to be a church, like a century ago. It used to be a church, and they burned some witches or something there. And like, if you look it up, you could significantly find out more about what happened there. I was only told a few things here and there, and I saw what they were doing on the show, but that's just crazy shit, right? and I'll never forget how frightened this guy was, and all those noises and those loud bangings, and how cold it got way up there. And it got cold as hell. Like, I couldn't believe it. And, you know, that shit was crazy. So that's my story. Thanks for watching. Hope y'all have a good one. Say hello. And be kind and be good to each other. Let's rock. Peace.